It was a fairly routine start to Euro 2024 for Spain as they strolled to a comfortable 3-0 victory over Croatia on Saturday afternoon. 3 first-half strikes put La Roja in command as they eased to their first 3 points of the tournament, with stars such as Luka Modric and Marcelo Brozovic unable to wrestle back control from Luis de la Fuente's side. There was one hairy moment though, as goalkeeper Unai Simon denied Bruno Petkovic's spot kick, with the rebound later being ruled out for offside. There was some confusion as to how Manchester City star Rodri was allowed to stay on the pitch after giving away the aforementioned penalty when Petkovic had an empty net to aim at. The midfielder was allowed to continue, which is a major advantage for the Spaniards moving forward, and we now have an answer as to why that is. Expert reveals why Rodri wasn't sent off. The double jeopardy rule saved the Spanish international. The fact that Rodri wasn't sent off for his challenge on the Croatia forward left many online, including former Southampton star Matt Le Tissier, wondering how the 27-year-old was allowed to continue. The former Sky Sports pundit suggested that the double jeopardy rule, which many people were pointing towards, should not have been in effect as there seemed to be no genuine attempt to play the ball. However, ESPN's Dale Johnson, who has often provided answers to puzzled fans in relation to the laws of the game, came to the rescue. The journalist explained on X that despite there not being an obvious attempt to play the ball, the rules have been relaxed to the point where that no longer matters when denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Doesn't have to be playing the ball these days. Challenging an opponent also counts, and the double jeopardy rule was relaxed even further last year. Any challenge with the foot now has to be incredibly cynical to come under DOGSO. The IFAB doesn't like DOGSO Reds in the area. Johnson would go on to offer further explanation, explaining that if the same incident had occurred 2 years earlier, the Spanish vice-captain would have received his marching orders. A player having no possibility to play the ball still exists in law, but it would have to be exceptionally cynical to qualify for a red card, which is essentially reserved for holding, pulling, pushing. 2 seasons ago this would be a red card. Now it's not so clear-cut. The relaxing of the rules could prove pivotal, as Rodri is one of the best midfielders competing at the European Championship. A red card would have led to a one-match ban, meaning the Manchester City man would have missed the crucial clash against reigning champions Italy. Spain's sweep aside Croatia, the Spaniards took the initiative in Group B. Spain took control of proceedings in the early going and just after the half-hour mark, captain Alvaro Morata broke through the defense to score the opener just as Croatia began to find their footing. Minutes later, PSG midfielder Fabian Ruiz showed his class. Receiving the ball at the edge of the area, Ruiz weaved through 3 defenders, and found the net with a precise effort into the bottom right corner. Just before halftime, Dani Carvajal added another, tapping in from a superb in-swinging cross by teenager Lamine Yamal, who had already made history becoming the European Championship's youngest player. The Rodri penalty mistake was the only major slip-up for the victors, but Unai Simon's terrific save spared the midfielder and capped off the perfect start for the 2008 and 2012 European champions.